Like in my mind, it was like I was almost saying, well, shoot, maybe I might gain that 40 or 50 pounds back and maybe I can wear them one day. You know what I'm saying? I was holding on to things that I no longer wanted to experience anymore. You know what I'm saying? And once I understood what I was doing, I said, brother, this represents my life. This represents everything that's taking place around me, man. I'm sitting here trying to summon a new world, but there's no room for it.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you own based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At ease. It's your boy Soul Immortal. Brothers, it's time to clean our closets. The new world is finally upon us. I'm gonna say it again. It's time to clean our closets. The new world, in other words, the things that we've hoped for, the things that we've prayed for, the world that we've meditated on, right, is finally trying to surface itself, right? Now, I normally don't look at, like the new year and January 1st as a reset point for me, right? I always say that, whatever point in time of the year that I change my mindset, like that's my new year, right? But over the last 2 or 3 years, man, since all this, this madness has been taking place, the first of the year, I can always feel an energetic shift, right? And I don't feel like it's going to be any different this year around. So knowing that or observing it from that point of view, like I have to look at, this point of the year, this December, as the fourth quarter, 2-minute drill, 2-minute warning, if you will, right? Now, I don't know if it was a video I made about minimalism or if it was a video I made about decluttering or something. But at some point I made a video and I was talking about, and I showed pictures of my closet. There was a point in time, man, where my closet was filled from wall to wall, from ceiling to floor, man, with all kinds of clothes, with all kinds of shoes. I had a few items of a sister that I dated clothes in there. I had all kind of, old bills and paperwork. It was just clutter in my closet, man. And after I just observed it, I said, you know what? This represents my old world. This represents the old version of me, man, of stuff that no longer serves me a purpose or things that no longer fit. Even looking at my clothes, man, like some of my clothes, man, I had some polos, and I had some other items and some suits that when I put them on, man, they were literally falling off of my shoulders, right? And the thing is, I said, you know what? This represents my old world. This represents a world that no longer fits. Even going back to like when I started making my spiritual transition, several years ago. I can remember being, in the circles of deacons in my church, man, and people in my Sunday school class, starting to have new type conversations, starting to question some of the things that I'd known my whole life. And it was almost like, well, people were like, no, like we can't talk about that. We can't question that. Like, we can't read these type of books. And I started getting frustrated, man. I was like, what, what is going on? And I had to come to the conclusion that, I've outgrown this space. Like this world no longer fits me. Even when I started shifting my mindset when it comes to finances and what I wanted to do, leave in the world and my mission and all that. I remember when I first started my trucking business. I went from my circle of friends, we were talking about wages and overtime and PTO and 401k and all these terms. And I started talking about LLCs and tax IDs and getting my own authority and and DOT numbers. And they got to the point where they were like, man, we tired of talking about that. I'm like, well, shoot, like that's my life now. Like that's all I want to talk about. And I had to come to the conclusion. I said, man, I've simply outgrown my closet. I had to go through a transition stage of getting rid of my old life, getting rid of my old friends, getting rid of my old circles. And I'm telling you, brothers, A lot of things that are keeping us held back from going to the world that we've summoned is that we fail to clean our old closets out, man. You know, I can be in circles sometimes, man, and I'm talking about ownership. I'm talking about legacy. I'm talking about building wealth. I'm talking about buying land. I'm talking about all sorts of things. And brothers will say, you know what, like, man, like we rather talk about the 49ers, man. We rather talk about what LeBron them, you know, you see the game, you know. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man, but like there's more to life than that. And when I came to the conclusion, man, that a lot of people didn't want to start having those type conversations, I said, bro, I have to clean my closet out, man. Like the world that's waiting on me, the world that I created that's trying to come see me is being hindered because my closet is full. I have no room for it. I'm gonna tell you this. There are a lot of people at jobs right now that your manager is upset with you. Your manager is looking at you funny. Your manager is saying, like, you know what, like he or she, they still show up to work every single day on time. They do every single thing I ask them to do, plus some. You know, they treat me with respect. But for some reason, I'm sour. For some reason, there's something about them that's different. There's some reason there's a presence about them that makes them feel uncomfortable. And it's because a lot of you have found purpose. A lot of you have found self. A lot of you have formed new missions in life, and now you're moving in that energy. Now you're moving as a different character in life. And I'm telling you, your old clothes won't fit. Your old situations, they won't fit, man. A lot of you are saying, you know what, like I love what I do, but I'm tired of a company making millions off of my back, my sweat, my labor, and giving me pennies and want me to be happy. Like, I'm fully aware now that if I can make millions for a company, like I can make millions for myself. And you move different. And I'm telling you, man, at some point in time, those old clothes won't fit. That old mindset won't fit. And I'm telling you, to get that world that you want to come in, you have to clean your closet. There are a lot of people going to Juma, going to mass every day, going to church, going to Sunday school, vacation, all of that stuff. And you're sitting there saying, you know what, like, I still love this form of worship, but there's something still missing. I feel like there's something else out there for me to tap into or to learn or to know about. And you're saying, you know what, man, it's just these rituals that I'm going through every week, these practices just aren't fulfilling me. And I'm telling you, man, a lot of you, and I'm not saying that you should be separating from your religion, but it might be time for you to change to a different church. You know what I'm saying? I know some imams, man, that preach Islam, that have Jumu'ah, but when you talk to them one-on-one, their mind is expansive. They teach a whole new thing. I know some pastors that are in Christian churches. They have Sunday service, but they talk about stuff outside the realm. Maybe it's just time for you to shift the venue, or maybe it's time for you to separate and find your own religion, create your own religion. I'm telling you, the world that you're looking for, whether it's finances, whether it's spirituality, it's right there around the corner. It's right there in front of you. But there's no room for it to come in because you're still holding on to the past. You're still holding on to the past. Like, even when I think about, you know, looking at my closet at one point in time and maybe seeing, you know, a few articles of clothing of a sister that I might have talked to several years ago, you know, or a few months ago, and I just haven't seen in a while, right? It's like that represents the old me. That represents the old me, and it takes me back to several stages where I've had to clean out my closet. I can remember when I was a teenager, and, you know, just like every other teenager, man, when you 16, 17, man, you going to parties, you going to clubs. And at that time, I can remember it was all about getting a woman's number, getting a sister's number back then. You know, your boys go to the club and you come out on the way home and it's like, how many numbers you get, man? Oh, I talked to the girl in the pink dress. I talked to the girl, you know, that's what it was about. But I can remember when I got around 18 and 19 and the girl that I was dating, the girl that I eventually married, I said, you know what, man, this sister is holding me down a little different than all these other little, you know, chicks that I had been talking to. And I ended up getting married at a very young age. I got married 20, 21 years old, right? But the thing is, when I did that, as soon as I said I do, brother, I had to clean my closet. My closet was clean. And I'm telling you, from that point forward, all those little sisters from the past, man, it was like, it was gone because I had to make room for that new world. And through my 20s, man, me and my wife, we saw the world. We purchased things. We had fun. We did great things. But it was because I released that old world. Now, you've seen enough videos, me talking about, me going through a divorce. And I can remember going through, after my divorce, I went through that whole red pill stage, right? And I saw the same thing, man. Like once I was swimming in this red pill and that was my world. And even during my red pill phases, when I was entertaining a woman or dating, it was coming from a certain mindset. It was coming from from a mindset of like, you know what? Like, yeah, we can enjoy each other's company. We can date. We can have a relationship, but I'm not looking for anything. Like, I'm not trying to cohabitate. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to go the long way with no woman, right? But I do remember when I started transitioning, when I started coming out of that community, because at some point I said, you know what? What these brothers are saying, what these brothers are experiencing, what these brothers are doing, it no longer represents me. It no longer represents what I want to do. And I can remember my mindset changing. My mindset going to a completely, 5% type mindset. But I can remember this, bro. I can still remember entertaining women that, entertaining women, quote unquote, that were still in my closet. I'm in a new mindset. I can still remember entertaining the women that were still in my old closet. And the lingo, brother, was completely different. I'm going to tell you this. In today's world, when I talk about the 95% woman, the 95% woman, 95% of women, if you aren't going to them, and you brothers can attest to this, if you aren't going to them saying, hey, you know what? I'm married or I'm in a relationship, but I'm feeling you. If you aren't going to them saying, you know what? Yeah, we can hook up every once in a while. We might go out and grab a bite to eat one day. We might can catch a movie one day, but 99.9% of the time, I just want to smash. We can just Netflix and chill. If you aren't going to a woman with that type vibe, 95% of them won't even understand your lingo, brothers. I'm telling you, you go to the majority of women talking about some real, some legacy talks. I'm telling you, there are only 5 out of every 100 women that speak that language. There are only 5 out of every 100 women that speak that language. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, a lot of brothers are running to interference, saying like, what the world is going on, brothers? I'm telling you, it's because you have a new mindset, and you're still picking clothes out of your closet instead of cleaning it out. Even the Bible says you can't put new wine in old wineskins. You can't put new wine in old wineskins. And I'm telling you, in several areas of our lives, whether it's financial, whether it's spiritual, when it comes to interacting with women, I'm telling you, brothers, we have a new mindset, but we're still digging in a cluttered closet. I'm telling you, brothers, it's time to clean our closets. The new world, the world that we've summoned, the world that we've prayed for, the world that we've manifested, the world that we created with our mindsets is trying to come see us. Like it's here. It's knocking on the door. And it's saying, brother, like there's no room for me. Like you're still thinking on the old mind. You have this new mindset, but you're still occupying the clothes that are too big. You still have the old running shoes in there, man. You'd have put 100,000 miles on those things, and they still there. Like where am I gonna be at? You still got sisters' clothes there from 2012. Like where am I gonna fit in? And the thing is, sometimes, brother, it's hard to clean your closet because sometimes there's a lot of emotional attachment to those things, or there's a lot of, like I'm telling you, but I had some of those. I had some nice clothes, man, that I worn only once or twice. I had some suits, man, that, they weren't no high dollar suits, but they were, I might have paid my $200 or $300 for them, that I might have worn to one event. And it was like, man, now I have to get rid of those things. It's like, dang it. Like in my mind, it was like I was almost saying, well, shoot, maybe I might gain that 40 or 50 pounds back and maybe I can wear them one day. You know what I'm saying? I was holding on to things that I no longer wanted to experience anymore. You know what I'm saying? And once I understood what I was doing, I said, brother, this represents my life. This represents everything that's taking place around me, man. I'm sitting here trying to summon a new world, but there's no room for it, man. So I'm telling you, brothers, I'm telling you, clean out your closets. Clean out your closets. Man, the craziest thing happened. I'm not sure if this was last night or the night before last. I'm getting my days mixed up. But a sister texted me, man, a sister that I hadn't talked to in over a year. And before that, I hadn't talked to her well over a year before that. And she texted me last night or night before last out of the blue, man. And she texted me this picture of her and I at this little situation we went to. And she was just like, man, like, look this picture I found. And I told her, I said, you know what? I saw that same picture on my computer files, several weeks ago. And we just kind of had some back and forth. She wasn't coming from a flirting type aspect. She wasn't trying to rekindle a flame. We were just talking about a few things about how her and I were moving a couple years ago, man. I said, you know what? I said, you right, man. And this is what I told her. I said, man, I'm sorry. I said, I was moving toxic AF. That was my exact text. I said, I was moving toxic AF. And she responded saying, you know what? Like we were both moving foul. And then we kind of just had a few texts and said, you know what? Hey, take care. And I said, hey, take care. And it was almost like she was going through this same transition. It was almost like she was going through, just cleaning her closet out. I'm telling you, man, a lot of times when we clean our closet out, sometimes it's just about making a few things right. I received that text from her, man, and immediately, two sisters came to my mind that I hadn't talked to in a long time. But I knew that when we went our certain ways, I knew there was beef, man. And I text those sisters, man, and I had similar conversations. And I had the exact same response. Like, you know what? Like, yeah, things were kind of crazy. Like, let's just call it what it was and let's just move forward. And there's a relief from that, man. I'm telling you, a lot of moving forward is just, maybe making something right in the past. I know a lot of people that have brothers or sisters that they don't even talk. They have beef. I know a lot of people that don't talk to their parents. They don't talk to their aunts or uncles because they're mad because something that happened 30, 40, 50 years ago. Something that's so irrelevant, man. Pick the phone up. Shoot them an email. Shoot them a text saying, you know what? Like even if going forward, we don't talk anymore. Let me say that I'm sorry for my part in what I did. I'm telling you, brother, there's going to be some healing behind that. There's going to be a lot of times that's what it takes for you to clean out your closet, man. So all I'm saying is, brothers, clean out your closet, man. Like, this new world is upon us. We've talked about and we've mastered creating our own worlds. We mastered our emotions. We've mastered all of that stuff, man. And we've summoned the world that we desire. We've summoned the financial situations. We've summoned the partners we want in life. And I'm telling you, they're right there at the front door, man, waiting, but there's no room for them to come in, man. Clean your closets. The new world is upon us.